Hey guys, welcome. So here's a video about First Comes Love. It's blog post, and we get to see the writer's input and what their take is on this book. So let's have a sneak peek and preview this book, First Comes Love. The promise: the person you love is back in town, and it's time to unpack a drunken promise from your college years. So it's sort of like a pact you had made with your love interest a long while ago, and the trailer is out now, so I'm not going to show the trailer here. But the promise is this: it's basically going to remember our old days. So we're gonna go some cross country trip or something, and we're gonna meet our love interest. And we had a pact. We made a pact a long while ago in college that we'll marry each other. These pacts usually like two little kids make as best friends, and we're gonna marry each other, but then they grow up to be different persons, but then situations and circumstances bring them together. Yeah, old love is rekindled. So star-crossed lovers, you can call them that. And it's a good romantic book. That's the promise. And just look at that promising book cover that is shows nothing but promise and love. Hopeless romantic, some might say. So, and one more thing is that we need to compete against another woman to get our love interest. So that's something a lot of people have been a little critical about. So if you see the comments on the trailer, it's not because it's like roommates with benefits. It was like a college love story and smut story sort of mixed together, and you get to enjoy your college life. So I don't know if people are having problem relating with them, or they're getting too cliche, because I see a lot of critical comments of these. And on top of that, of course, there's no reason for these to be gender locked. A lot of male players, non-binary players can enjoy them. And another big problem of choice is straight female main character book covers. I mean, heteronormative book covers, straight female book covers, there's no variety to that yet. So, alright. But let's check out what's in store for the people who are going to read First Comes Love as VIP, or maybe in 2 months as non-VIPs. Okay. Pillows, check. Car games, check. Sanity, check. We're ready for the road trip of a lifetime. Let's dive into the behind-the-scenes scoop on First Comes Love. Olivia says the person you've loved since college is back in town for a trip with your old friends. And you're finally ready to cash in on the marriage pact you two made after one bad college breakup. But can you use this trip to convince them that you are meant to be? Jeffrey says, when you have a plate of food and you try every piece while saving the one you want the most of last. Imagine that, but as MC's love life. What if the last piece, when you get to that, you've lost interest? Like that always happens with me. When I save the last, best for the last, and then when I get to that, at that point, I'm so full that I can't even enjoy that. So my advice, what you love the most, just enjoy it at first or in the middle. Don't save it. Okay, oh my. Well, we can't wait to meet MC and friends. Who are you most excited for a community to meet? Livia says we have a really fun, close-knit cast of characters, but I'm especially excited for people to meet Blake, the girl or guy of MC's dream. The two of them have so much history, and their playful, supportive dynamics is really sweet, if I say so myself. Katie says, Blake is adorable by far. Eve is the coolest BFF ever. The first time I saw her outfit, I fell in love with her entire vibe. Amanda says, we have a fun little friend group in this book. We all have really unique personalities. One of my favorite characters is Blake. Their effortless vibe really makes you grow to love them, especially when you're not afraid to goof off with you and your friends. You get a lot of opportunities to walk down memory lane and really discover how your friendship and love grew for each other. So you get to enjoy college all over again in this book too. So back to back, wow, what's happening? Jeffrey, the core cast is great. One of my favorites has to be Marcelino, our zany dad energy friend who is a little too invested in your love life because he has a stable marriage and needs to get the hot tea from somewhere. That's interesting. But the thing is that also, I want to pause here and talk about how choices are targeting a particular demographic, and that is the late teens or teens, like people who are in college or a little older than being in college. So if you look at the last stories from Kiss of Death, all of them feature mostly main characters who are teen or late teens. So that's really interesting. Even after this Kindred, I think that is also kind of gonna be the same thing. But anyway, we do love some good split team. What type of fun someone can our community find themselves? Scenarios can our community find themselves in throughout the book? We heard some situations can get a little spicy. Okay, so it's not so much of a pure romance book. Spicy, so like romance with benefits. Livia says anyone who's ever been on a friend cash-in knows that it puts you into close quarters. Mix that with being reunited with your one true love, and things definitely might get spicy. Katie says, this book is all about the outdoor. So there are lots of fun activities awaiting, including so many adventures fits I wish I had in my own closet. Yeah, me too. The choice adventures are amazing. These adventures, everyone I know and I myself wish that we could have in our real life. Amanda says the setting for this book is at a national park lodge resort. So there will be a lot of outdoor scenes that will be a bit more unique. Most of all, the fun games that you and your friends play together are pretty interesting, especially when you get the chance to flirt with Blake. Okay, I'm looking forward to the outdoor scenes then. Jeffrey says there's enough pinning in this book to reforest a national park. Yes, that's a good initiative too. To reforest a national park, better start planting. What did you enjoy the most about creating First Comes Love? Livia says there's a lot of tropes that I love. I won't spoil just what, although I'm a sucker for angst. Overall, MC and Blake go on a journey that has been really rewarding to write. We get into the realistic complexities of relationships, expectations, personal baggage, and wants for the future that I hope will resonate with players as much as they have resonated with us. That's interesting. I think that's a unique take. Manda says my favorite part about working on First Comes Love was brainstorming with the team about how our characters' outfit should look. We all wanted to make sure everyone had their own fashion style that evoked their unique personalities. Additionally, getting the chance to create outfits that were both sexy and practical for the outdoors for our main player was a nice challenge. Of course, you get to spend diamonds with that. You have to. Jeffrey says the banter between the core cast makes you feel part of the friend group. I love it when a story can capture that special feeling. Yeah, banters are always amazing when you're with your big friend group. We're seriously so excited to be a part of the group. Now, last but not least, what is one of the craziest moments you have had from a road trip or vacation with friends or family? That's always interesting. Livia said, I once got trapped in a hotel bathroom to an extent that when someone finally heard me calling for help, the staff had no dismantled part of the door to get me out. The moral of the story is that it helps to travel with a buddy or just never leave your phone in the other room, even if it's only a few feet away. Katie says, growing up, my mom was all about those 2 to 3 day weekend getaways. The city we visited a few times was Morro Bay, which is known for an extremely large rock that sits in the bay. It was the first and last time we rented a 4-person bike and spent an hour yelling at whoever was driving to do it correctly. My brother insisted I shouldn't be allowed to drive the bike since I was 11 and didn't have a legitimate license. Amanda says, when I went camping up in Northern California one autumn, I was walking by a lake to see the beautiful view. For a short moment, I saw a huge osprey dive down into the lake to catch a fish. Right after, as it flew back up in the sky with its fish, a seagull started attacking the osprey in midair in hopes of stealing the caught fish. I felt like I was watching National Geographic for a short moment. Jeffrey says, I was out whale watching off the coast of Hawaii in this tiny little Zodiac boat when a storm started rolling in. Wow, that's interesting. That's even more interesting than the actual story, I guess. Even at the outskirts of the dark gray clouds, the waves had become choppy enough that we had to sail through them in the U pattern, where you throttle up the crest of the wave and ride it down before throttling up in the next wave. Everyone's hanging on the ropes around the edge of the boat as water splashes up over the sides. One lady even screamed when we dropped down a wave. Most people felt comfortable near the center of the boat, where the jostling was the weakest. Meanwhile, I, a teenager with a questionable sense of self-preservation, was riding up at the front of the Zodiac so I could feel like a pirate braving the storm while the captain does all the actual work of keeping us out of Davy Jones' locker. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, Jeffrey, you all know. Wow. We will stick to the book road trip for now. Why? As always, thank you for taking the time to answer the questions. We've got our car snacks ready to go. Look out for the VIP launch of First Comes Love. That is today, 29th March. And, well, if you're going to play it, hopefully it's going to be a smooth journey. Bye-bye. See you in the next video. Peace out.